I got my own room to sleep in last night. Wait till you see this place. It's really neat. Yeah, I think we're finally going to have parents. Gotta go. Bye.
Well, looks like you finished with your breakfast.
Yeah.
Was it all right?
It was okay.
You know, if you're still hungry, I could whip you up some, no? Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. You went out early, didn't you?
I had to stop by the television station, pick up a couple of things. I hope you like them. I mean, I hope they fit. It's for you.
He probably will.
Well, why don't you go upstairs and change? We're gonna have to get you back.
Okay.
I wish we could do more.
Well, you know, one of the things we can't do is get his hopes up.
Well, you think I did that by buying him a few clothes?
I just heard him on the phone with his sister. He's got this idea in his head that we are going to adopt him.
Well?
Well?
I mean, we discussed it. I mean, is it so unthinkable?
No, but I don't think the decision should be taken out of our hands, do you?
No, but I don't think necessarily the decision should be taken out of his hands either.
Well, I understand that. And I got a pretty good idea why he ran away from the home.
Why?
Well, apparently he got wind of the notion that someone is planning to adopt his sister, but not him. Which means, of course, that for the first time in their lives, they'll be separated.
Now, if they let somebody adopt his sister, don't they realize they're going to be breaking up a family or what's left of one?
Yeah, but on the other hand, if Hallie actually has a chance for a home and parents who really love her, how can they deny her
Yeah,
that?
but sweetheart, do they ask? Do they go to Hallie and they say, here are your choices, you decide?
Well, that's not my impression of how it works, no?
Well, then I would run away too if it was the only way to assert some control over my life.
Eden, I know you know it's more complicated than that. There's a lot of things that kids can't control in their lives. That goes with the territory of being a kid, you know? I mean, adopting a child is a huge financial and emotional commitment, and adopting two at the same time, there's not a lot of people that can do that. I mean, the ideal poster child.
Hey? You ran away from a situation that anybody was intolerable?
Darling, I'm finding fault with him. How it looks.
No, I know.
Okay, I mean, we can argue about this forever, but, you know, things are the way they are, and there's really not much we can do about it.
Well, I think that's where we disagree.
How?
We have this house, we have resources.
Yes, we do, but I don't think you can build a family on the basis of who you happen to feel sorry for at any given point.
Sorry for the kids.
I think they're terrific kids, too. You want to quit our jobs? I mean, as it is, we can hardly find time enough to spend with Chip and Adriana. Buck and Hallie are going to need even more attention, and I don't see how we'd be able to manage it.
Could. I mean, I don't know exactly how we could, but I think we could.
Maybe so. You know, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I am playing the devil's advocate here, obviously, but a big piece of me says, sure, why not? Where do I sign? It's just that we have a different approach here. I see a problem, and I want to fix the situation that created it. You see the problem, you want to take it home and take care of it, you know? If Buck and Hallie are in this dilemma, it means that thousands of other kids are too, and we can't adopt all of them. Am I wrong to think that the story you're doing will have some effect, that it'll draw attention to where it's so desperately needed?
No. I mean, I was hoping the story would have some sort of effect, but even if I do get to do the story, I don't know that it's going to create homes for these two children. I don't know. Maybe it could.
Are you still meeting with a lot of resistance?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you talked to Derek Griffin.
I did, and he said he was going to call the home and ask them to cooperate, but so far they won't talk to me, and they won't let me interview any of the children. Wow, you look handsome.
I guess they fit.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you look fine.
Listen, Buck, do you remember when I came to you and I asked you if you wanted to be interviewed?
Yeah?
Yeah. And we sat there and we talked for a while, and we talked about all kinds of things, and the camera was rolling and everything was okay. And then when I came back and I asked you if you wanted to do it again, you said you changed your mind.
It's not about you.
I see. Well, did anybody tell you that you shouldn't speak to me?
Sister Allegra.
Она всем сказала, чтобы никто не разговаривал с вами.
I got everything. I guess we should go.
Listen, why don't you have a seat here first, pal, and we'll have a little talk.
About what?
Well, I want to make a deal with you. If you promise me that you won't run away from the home anymore, Eden and I will do everything we can to find a family who will take both you and your sister. Now, I'm not sure that it's going to happen, but it'll be a lot easier if you are not known as a boy who runs away all the time.
You won't find anybody who'll take the both of us.
You don't know that.
Then why haven't you done it before?
Because people, they haven't known you like we do. We know you now. And believe me, when we put our minds to something, we're pretty stubborn about it. It's just that we need you to help us by trying your best to live by the rules and let people see that you are basically a good, dependable kid.
Why should I care what other people think? You're saying I'm not good enough to be adopted.
No, I'm not saying that. Buck, if that's the way it came out, I apologize. I'm just trying to tell you that sometimes you gotta play along with the rules, Well, actually, you're right, you know. If the rules of the game aren't fair, then it's pretty tough.
Whatever I did, they don't have the right to split us up. Hallie's my sister. It's my job to look after her. I could be good. I could do everything we were talking about. And Hallie is great. She's no trouble at all. We could share the room upstairs. I'd take care of her. You and Eden wouldn't have to worry about me. Hey, me and Hallie could help with the kids. We could help around the house.
Well, listen to me. You know that Eden and I like you, don't you? But you can't just point blank ask people to adopt you.
Why not? That's what you said you were going to do.
Yeah, but when you do it, it puts them on the spot.
Yeah, it's a lot more fair for me just to go. So let's...
Wait. You don't understand what I'm saying to you. I think you and Hallie deserve parents who can give you all the love and attention that you want. You shouldn't give up hope because those people are out there.
And they'll all be just like you.
I was hoping that you changed your mind about me interviewing the children, sister.
We've been through all of this before, Mrs. Castillo. The interviews upset the children too much.
The children did not seem upset until you told them they could not talk freely.
I cannot allow you to do your report here. I'm simply following orders.
What orders?
Not orders exactly. The other sisters and I have promised ourselves that we would protect the children.
Oh, and they need protection from me. I see.
If you're building up their hopes of becoming adopted, then yes, they do need protection
I
from
have
you.
done no such thing.
I know you think you're helping, but you aren't. All you want is your report. I've seen this happen before. You'll fuss over them, you'll tell them how cute and how charming they are, and you're going to make them believe that someone out there in TV land is going to be equally smitten by them and want nothing more than to whisk them off to some beautiful, well-kept home that TV people have. And then you'll be off doing another report about whales or about fur coats or about oil spills, and the children will still be here. And they'll be watching you on the news. And they'll be wondering what went wrong. I'm sorry. The decision's been made.
Can we at least talk about Hallie's adoption?
That is a private matter.
How can you let her and her brother be separated?
We can't force someone to adopt both children. And we will not stand in the way of that child's hope for happiness. Now, Buck's been a problem child for the past several months. We can't lie to prospective parents about that?
Sister, the reason he ran away is because he's trying to find a home for the two of them. And really, what other means does he have of making his wishes known? And what about Hallie? I mean, is this what she wants?
You know, it amazes me, Mrs. Castillo, that all of the other sisters and I and all of the experts that we have had working here for years are so inept that we have failed to come up with the answers that it has taken you only 2 short visits to find.
Maybe you are more concerned about the bureaucracy than you are in realizing that all children are not the same, sister.
Or perhaps your Pollyanna childhood has given you a stilted view of reality. Hallie's adoption is strictly a matter between the home and the adoptive parent. Now, if you will excuse me, Mrs. Castillo, I do have my heartless bureaucracy to run.
I'm home.
Hi.
Hi. How long have you been here? Did you hear everything?
I want to live with Buck.
I know, Hallie. And I'm sorry. Maybe the family will let Buck come and visit you.
That's not good enough.
I know.
She's coming today.
Who?
The lady who wants me to live with her.
Do you know when? 7.
Go fish.
You're unbelievable. You know how to play this game, too. Look what I got. I got a pair. I get to go again.
She's here.
Francis?
Hello, Eden.
Oh, my God. I haven't seen you since we graduated Lyman Prep. I didn't know you still lived in town.
Well, I've only been back about 6 months. I've been living in Santa Fe for the last 5 years.
Oh, nice. Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you. Are you here talking to Hallie for your television report? I've seen it advertised.
Oh, no. Actually, I was here to talk to you. Hallie, would you mind giving us a minute to talk, and then we can finish our game later? Okay. She's a wonderful girl.
Yes, she is. And I intend to give her a happy home.
I'm sure Sister Allegra told you that she has a brother.
Yes, Buck, I believe.
Yeah. I was hoping that I might be able to talk you into not separating the two of them, and you and your husband could adopt the both of them.
Yes, well, Sister Allegra brought that up, too. But, I'm not married. And right now, 2 children would be more than I could handle on my own, especially a child with Buck's history for running away. It's enough of a challenge being a single parent without having to deal with something like that.
Well, you know, Buck is all that Hallie has as far as family, and for them to be separated right now.
Is this part of your news report?
Oh, no. This is just between you and me.
Oh, well then, let's get realistic. There are too many homeless children in the world, and I would love to care for them all, but I can't. So maybe some other family will come along who'll take Buck. But in the meantime, I can give Hallie everything. I have a couple of nieces close to her age, and she's going to fit right into the family.
Well, there were a couple of girls here who don't have brothers, and...
Yes, I saw them. They were cute. They were very sweet. But I had an instant connection with Hallie, and I see no reason to change my mind.
Francis, I know that you think I'm interfering, and I am. I just have spent a lot of time with Buck and Hallie, and I've gotten to know them very well. And I know, deep in my heart, that Hallie is not going to be happy without her brother. And I know in time that she is going to resent you for splitting the two of them up.
Do you want to adopt Hallie and her brother? Is that what this is about?
Oh, no. Cruz and I are married. We have 2 children of our own. It's just that the only thing more terrible than losing us would be if they lost each other. And I feel like I would go to the grave to make sure Buck and Hallie weren't separated. Now, of course, I do not know what Buck and Hallie's parents would have wanted for them.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't want both their children institutionalized just for the sake of togetherness. But I certainly don't want her resenting me either. I'll tell you what. I won't withdraw my application. But if you can find parents who will take both children, well then, fine. I will look for another little girl. If not, well, then I'm going to keep my promise and give Hallie a home.
Thank you, Francis.
Hi. Hi.
What are you doing here?
I live here.
Well, I just didn't expect you to be home.
Well, I left a case file that I was working on. How did it go at the children's home?
Oh, fine. Turns out the woman who's trying to adopt Hallie was a classmate of mine at Lyman Prep.
Great. Can you talk to her about Buck?
I did.
Did she know about him?
Yes, she did. And she's single and she can't afford to adopt them both. But she did agree to give me some time to find out if I could find someone who would.
Well, Buck still wants us to adopt him.
What did you say?
I promised him we would try to find a family that would take both he and his sister. In other words, I did exactly what I swore I wouldn't do. I got his hopes up.
That's what Sister Allegra said I was doing. But you know, the way I look at it, these kids have never stopped hoping for better. So where's the problem? I don't get it. I mean, she says she needs to protect the children from me, but I don't... I mean, I'm some big threat.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
Oh, God, I gotta go.
Oh, I was hoping we'd have lunch.
Oh, I wish I could, but I'm gonna be late.
Are you sure? I could whip you up a double-decker turkey sandwich in no time.
No, that's okay, but you make me a sandwich. I'll be back later to share it with you.
What's the big rush?
Turn on the television in 20 minutes and you'll find out.
You are not going to see at 6 and 11 the first segment of the story that we were doing on institutionalized children. First, because I encountered unforeseen obstacles in the preparation of this story, but mostly because I came to realize that this story was result-oriented. I wanted to fix the problem instead of let you, the viewer, see it for what it is. Like many of you, I assumed the burning question on the issue of homeless children was something along the lines of, what do we do with them? Instead of, what do they want us to do with them? Who are these children and who speaks for them? Well, I met a young boy here at the children's home, and he has a sister, and he speaks for himself. They're very vocal about their wish not to be separated, but they will be for the little girls about to be adopted. Her brother has taken it upon himself to try and find them a home together, and because he has fought the system, he has been branded as a troublemaker. Now, these children do not have a legal or political voice, singly or collectively. We believe our wards of state should be grateful for what they've been given, especially if someone chooses to take them home, where they may finally be allowed to have an opinion, say, on what kind of allowance they will have and how they will spend it. That's the sort of thing we permit because we say it builds responsibility. Now, the truth is, real responsibility in these particular children is something the system is likely to tear down or forbid. What I'm asking you is that if you've ever considered adoption of a needy child, or if you can help Buck and Hallie, the brother and sister I talked about, stay together, I wish you'd give a call to KSB and ask for me, Eden Castillo, or call the Santa Barbara Children's Home. Please. Time is running out.